The recession that's coming for the construction industry. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and let's have a look at an article discussing the point of if you should build during a recession. And, well, is a recession coming? We're in the middle of a construction apocalypse where a lot of spec home builders are just going under. The sector, particularly the residential construction sector, was overheated by a mixture of government intervention and FOMO and, well, forced savings due to lockdowns and super withdrawals. All of these things combined, drove people to get into property. And you can't blame them. It's an Australian thing. We all love property, and houses are Aussie gold. But then you've got fixed price contracts. You've got weather, shipping costs, material costs, labor shortages, and lockdowns delaying projects, stretching them out even longer than they should be. Huge delays. That screws over the builders. They start throwing their own money into it sometimes, and they just have to wind up, and we're seeing this. Oh, and don't forget that time that they changed the rules and allowed everyone to trade while insolvent. That's even more awesome. That one just gets to me because as a small business owner, I've done work for people and they've screwed me over, and that's why I don't like that. So, experts weigh in on whether you should build your dream home with a recession looming. This is the thing. Do you want to go with a builder that could go bust and you're stuck with a half-finished home? Or you like me, you're stuck with a whole bunch of rain-filled excavation ditches. I mean, that's because we're building it ourselves, but not everyone's in that situation. So, with a possible recession looming, experts have weighed in on whether now is the right time to build your dream home. Building the dream... should it be a dream home? I don't like that term, dream home. Maybe. I mean, it's just a home. For us, we're building a necessary home because we've got so many kids. So I'm dreading their teenage years and we need more bedrooms. But anyway, instead of buying an established home. Well, okay, there are some advantages. Legislation changes are coming with regards to accessibility requirements for houses and new energy efficiency requirements, which are going to drive up the construction costs. So if you get an established home, you don't need to have those features. So, is appealing to many people. But with supply and labor shortages and a potential recession looming, many are left wondering whether it's the right time. Even finding the best builder to suit your needs is a challenge right now. Many companies have gone bust in the past couple of years, while others have been heaping massive 30 to 40% markups on everything to recover losses they suffered during the pandemic. So should you be thinking of building now? According to multiple experts, that depends on how you think the economy is tracking for 2023. I mean, this is the thing. With all of the news and media and everything, you've got a scenario yourself. People will reach out to me and say, I'm planning to buy. Should I buy now? And I'm going, well, one, you're asking a YouTuber, which is a terrible idea. Two, you're asking an architect, which is an even worse idea when making any financial decisions. And the one advice I'd give people is run a scenario. Get yourself an Excel, look at the costs, look at the worst case, say there's two of you, one of you gets fired, can you still make do? Run the scenarios. Think about if interest rates go even higher, can you manage? Plan it out. It shouldn't be an emotional decision. It will be, but you've got to run the scenarios. So there you go. That's the advice you'll get from grumpy old Florian, and marry a good wife. That's a freebie there. I can't tell you how to find a good wife. It's just pure skill. Pure skill. I think it's the bald hairstyle. That's it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, just luck, lads. Just complete luck. Sorry, it's going to be harder these days though with the whole bloody Tinder lot. Oh shit, Tinder and Instagram. Oh, anyway, I'm going way off topic. Other parts of the world are already in some form of a recession, or about to be, but experts have remained optimistic that Australia can avoid the same fate. The RBA has increased interest rates in recent months, and Governor Philip Lowe noted housing costs were adding to inflationary pressures. Prices for newly built dwellings continue to rise rapidly, with the annual rate above 20%, he said. Upstream material cost pressures have been a factor more broadly. However, the construction industry has faced shortages of materials and labor as well as disruptions associated with bad weather. See, and this is the thing. We've got BCA changes, or National Construction Code changes, that are coming in that are going to also impact the prices. So I want to see how they spin that. Will they say next year, Unnecessary legislative changes have increased housing costs and impacted affordability. Not a chance. They won't frame it like that. I mean, here's the thing. This stuff sounds all good. It sounds great. Oh, yeah, we want to make housing accessible for everyone, which sounds noble. We want all these energy efficient houses, which sounds good. But it drives up the cost for first home buyers. When you're a young couple starting to get into a house, you don't need those luxuries. Okay? Being extra toasty warm or cool is a bit of a luxury. Okay? You pay for that later when you have more money. You want to get into a house, less debt. But I guess that's not what is that it, guys? Is this all one big scheme to trap people into debt and bigger mortgages so they're less less free thinking? The borrower is slave to the lender. I've been watching a lot of Dave Ramsey. Anyway, this has limited the pace at which the large pipeline of existing projects can be worked down. However, there are some signs that cost pressures are easing in the market for key building materials like timber, steel, and other metals. Pressures around materials and labour is likely to improve in the coming months, experts predict. The Master Builders Australia Chief Executive, Danita Wan, said Australia's construction industry was one of the most sensitive parts of the economy to interest rate rises. The recent Australian Bureau of Statistics building approvals and lending figures for September quarter underlined the delicate state of the new home building market, she told NCA Newswire. Well, this is probably because it's been overheated. Let's bring up one of my favourite charts here, looking at government coming to the rescue. You can see there, bottom right of the chart, that light blue line, that's the surge in building approvals for new houses, or new houses and renovations. That shot up because of home builder. So they overheated the market. You can see it there. So any significant government policy changes, like the government's proposed industrial relations legislation, needs to be carefully considered against this backdrop. Oh yeah, it has the potential to be messy. I mean, we've got a new Labor government in power. I think the best we can hope for is they just continue not really doing anything. Isn't that what we can hope for all sides, that they get in there and they don't really do anything? This is why you want a parliament with a whole bunch of idiots in there arguing with each other, chuck some minors in there, make them form a coalition, make them fight and not do anything. So all the sensible people can keep the country running. So, Master Builders has long advocated for obstacles faced by the building industry that prevent homes from getting built to be addressed. Yes, supply is the issue, but people don't care about the real reason why housing is unaffordable. This includes lengthy delays in approvals for land title, development and building applications, occupation certificates, shortages of land in the right places, high developer charges, and inflexible planning laws. Oh, you're not going to stop the not in my backyard crowd. Ray White chief economist Nerida Conisbee told NCA Newswire that interest rate increases were starting to slow the economy, and it would mean less demand for builders. We'll have to see. But there also are less builders too. If you can wait until mid-next year, it is likely that builders will be in a better place to complete work, she said. Yeah, I mean, remember when the predictions were in the media that housing would fall 40% because the RBA, and I talked about it too, the RBA did modelling where 40% was the worst case scenario. They wanted to stress test the banking system, and they picked up on that. And that's what happens. It will also mean that it's easier to negotiate with them. I can see construction costs dropping dramatically, but I do think it will start to get easier to employ a builder and will put anyone wanting to build into a better negotiating position. And I bet you builders will also make more money. If times are a little bit more sensible, they'll make more money. It's funny how that works. You can be insanely busy, so much work coming through everything, all the costs go up, and you could be making less or even losing money sometimes. If Australia did go into a recession next year, Ms. Conisbee said, it would mean less demand for building globally. It will mean the demand for labour and supplies will reduce. Construction costs will reduce as a result. The HIA senior economist, Nicholas Ward, told NCA Newswire that the RBA had increased the cash rate very quickly. Our view is they should pause to see the full impact of interest rate increases to date. There is a large volume of building work in the pipeline. This means there will be a relatively long delay between interest rate increases and a slowdown in activity. Given how much the price of established homes has increased, building a new home remains a viable option for many people. Meanwhile, Western Australians have had a slightly different experience to the rest of the country. HIA WA Regional Director Michael McGowan told NCA Newswire the state had low unemployment, low rental vacancies, and a robust pipeline of infrastructure, mining, and energy projects. We are not immune to global pressures. The likelihood is that WA will continue to trade well through the recession. The past 12 months, the industry has worked its way through COVID interruptions, supply chain disruptions, material supply, and current challenges which exist around labour supply. This has all significantly impacted the construction timeframes for many builders in WA. While labour remains a significant challenge for the current work under construction, there is a positive outlook for next year. Mr. McGowan noted the cost to build had increased by up to 40% over the past 2 years and predicted it was highly unlikely prices would fall to pre-COVID figures. History suggests there is a significant lag on any changes in prices, which suggests we won't see any significant reduction in price, he said. What we have seen is builders starting to offer inclusions as part of their new home packages as a way of offering further value to customers. In the next 12 months, a customer will start to see some consistency in construction time, price, and hopefully interest rates, which should give consumers confidence to enter the market. Meanwhile, WA Premier Mark McGowan has warned a recession is coming next year after previously only flagging it was a risk. We expect a recession is coming next year, the Premier told reporters on Sunday. Virtually every economist around the world is saying the world economy will go into recession. So just read what the Commonwealth Bank publishes or what the World Trade Organization publishes, the European Community, the FT, the Federal Treasury in America. They're all predicting a recession around the world. WA is in a very good position. We're the only state paying down debt. We're the only state in surplus. We have a robust economy and good trading relationships. So there you go, everyone. The recession next year coming for the construction industry. What do you reckon? Let's have it. I mean, it's a tough call to wait for an opportunity that may not appear. How many times have we seen predictions in the media or just headlines? I mean, look at the Reserve Bank indicating that rates won't increase until 2024 with a little asterisk. The media didn't. The headlines went out there. People discussed the headlines at the barbecues. That's what they make. They're making financial decisions based on. They're feeling cheated because rates have gone up. So, I mean, if you're going to hold off onto a recession, hoping to get a deal, you need to plan your life out around your situation and make do with what's happening. Don't let stuff like this dictate you too much. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you're in the construction industry and a recession is coming next year, well, what you do is you don't spend money on that extra jet ski or those luxuries or things that you need. You bank up some cash just in case. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Check out HeiseBim and HeiseSays International for other stuff I talk about. If you want to support us, you can financially on YouTube or Patreon, using our referral links or buying our merch. We have pocket squares for sale. As always, and call us if you need an architect. As always, take care, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next episode of HeiseSays. Bye for now.